These the things a woman needs from her husband in marriage. Emotional security. She needs to feel emotionally safe knowing her heart is protected and her vulnerability is met with empathy, not judgment. Consistent affection, loving touches, hugs, kisses, and thoughtful gestures remind her that she's cherished beyond words. Honest communication. She wants open, sincere, and respectful conversations, even about difficult subjects. Loyalty and fidelity. Faithfulness isn't just physical, it's emotional and spiritual commitment too. She needs to know her husband chooses her every day. Validation and appreciation. She wants her efforts noticed, her presence valued, and her identity respected. A simple thank you can uplift her deeply. Emotional availability. She needs her husband to be present, emotional, and not just physically. Active listening and emotional engagement matter. Shared responsibilities. A woman needs a husband who partners in life and home, duties without needing to be asked or reminded. Support for her dreams. She desires someone who encourages her ambitions and supports her personal growth without trying to control or limit her. Spiritual leadership or alignment. If faith is part of her life, she may long for a husband who walks with her spiritually, prays with her, and grows together in belief. Quality time. She values undivided time, free from distractions. Whether it's a date night or a quiet evening in, shared moments strengthen the bond. Mutual respect. Her opinions, decisions, body, and space must be respected. Respect is the cornerstone of any lasting relationship. Protection and safety, not just physical protection, but emotional and psychological safety from harm, humiliation, or neglect. Romance and pursuit. She doesn't want the pursuit to end after marriage. Intentional acts of romance keep the relationship vibrant. Trust and transparency. She needs truthfulness, honesty about money, emotions, relationships, and life challenges. Commitment to the marriage. She wants to see her husband invest in the relationship, willing to work through ups and downs. Positive fatherhood. If children are involved, a woman finds peace in seeing her husband parent with love, discipline, and dedication. Admiration. She wants to be admired for her strengths, beauty, resilience, and uniqueness. A sense of humor. She enjoys laughter, playfulness, and lighthearted moments that balance the seriousness of life. Understanding and patience. Understanding and patience, especially in her moments of weakness, change, or emotional intensity. She needs patience and understanding. Apologies and forgiveness. She wants a man who can admit when he's wrong and seek forgiveness, and who can also forgive her when needed. Stability and direction. She finds security in knowing her husband has goals, a vision, and a desire to lead or co-lead a purposeful life together. Freedom to be herself. She should feel free to express her personality, thoughts, and creativity without fear of ridicule or control. Passionate intimacy. Intimacy that includes emotional closeness, physical connection, and mutual satisfaction is essential. Celebration of milestones. She wants her accomplishments, anniversaries, and birthdays to be acknowledged and celebrated with joy. Partnership and conflict resolution. She needs a husband who fights with her, not against her, during conflict, seeking resolution, not domination. Shared values and vision. Alignment on big picture values. Family, money, faith, legacy strengthens long-term compatibility. Respect for her family and friends. She appreciates when her husband honors and respects the important people in her life. Mental stimulation. She craves intellectual conversations and wants her husband to be curious, informed, and open-minded. Self-improvement and humility. She values a man who is humble enough to learn, grow, and change when necessary. Unwavering love. Above all, she needs to feel deeply, completely, and unconditionally loved, not only on her best days, but also in her worst moments.